gym, another intense training session. You look like you enjoyed watching that one.
I lost my voice, yeah. Honestly, that was fantastic. Massive thanks to Wayne and Josh for coming in today. We've had it planned for a few weeks. We tried to do it a couple of years ago. For the last 2 years, actually, but COVID kind of restricted it a little bit. But just breaking it up, really. Since day one, done a couple of days of testing. Obviously, some hard yards running. Balls have been out as well. Just mixing it up today, really. Trying to rest the legs, but I think probably about 5 times harder, to be honest, on the pads and stuff. A little bit different for the lads. Creates a bit of team spirit as well, which is fantastic to see. When you turn up the second half of it there, you can really see them having to get behind each other to come through it, and brilliant, very impressive.
And as you mentioned there, it's touching on the different types of physicality the lads will need during the season, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it's a little bit old school. I wouldn't say we're old school in general, but I think there's a place for it every now and then as well, mixing it up. We've all been there, and going into them sort of sessions, you feel like you're about to be broken, and to see the group come through it, and to see the lads bring their teammates through as well. That's what it's about. You need a little bit of that as well. So yeah, great session.
How have you found the intensity and the attitude of the group? Because you're well into pre-season now, of course.
Outstanding. I'll be honest, Matty. Me and Russ both said probably at the back end of last year when we knew there was probably going to be a little turnaround. Straight away, we were excited by it coming in on day one. A lot of new energy. It's good. That's not saying anything about the last group we had last season, because not at all. They were fantastic for us. But obviously coming back in when you've ultimately come up short, coming on day one and having five or six new faces around, it's great for the lads who have been here for longer, and it's great for us as coaches as well. Being challenged, different voices, different opinions, dealing with different people. It's great.
And never too early to get those standards in place either.
Straight away. Look, 3 years ago we started to do that. We've been through a lot since then, on and off the pitch, and I think we've tried to create an environment where the players, Lee, for example, the ones who have been here, obviously we always set them the standards from the very top, but it's up to the players to accept that we accept them standards and then set them themselves, and I think we do that. I think we do it day in, day out, on and off the pitch, and it's something that we'll continue to do.
Just touching quickly on the fixtures, I know we've played them all twice, as they say, so there's only so much interest you can take in it, but I guess you might have raised one or two eyebrows at that start.
Yeah, look, you probably go through it for a month before thinking of what ifs, and ultimately they come out of the hat. Look, I think it's a decent enough start on paper, but I'm sure whatever would have come out, I'd have been saying the same. There's pros and cons to all, but we always look at the positives really, and I think a long trip first. I think you'd rather have it in at the start of the season, doing it in December on a Tuesday night, I suppose. So look, we'll look at all our opposition over the next few weeks, building up to it, focusing on ourselves, but also and it's all about that first game, and that's what we'll be building up to over these next few weeks in the friendlies.
Yeah, just to touch on Shane Byrne, obviously he's now arrived and very much settled in into the group. Must be delighted to have.
Definitely, I think he said himself in his own interview. Look, there's been an interest there for the past 2 or 3 seasons. Good player, very good player at their level, good leader, again, good standards. We've said that for a long time. And I think he's been one of the standout players in this division, especially in my time since coming down to the level. Good player, good person, and that's why we try and sign at this football club. And he'll come straight in. Well, he already has. He's come straight in, and he's got around the players. He's had that good link between the players and ourselves. But first and foremost, he's a good footballer.
Not easy as a full-time club necessarily to bring those players who are established in part-time and doing well in part-time into the full-time environment. There's lots of reasons for that, but it was very complimentary that it's the management team that have played a big part in it, so that's a big tick for you, I guess.
Yeah, look, it's difficult because of the logistics, that's what I'd say, with certain players, but ultimately if you've got a player who wants to play in the right environment and be successful at the club, I think word gets round over the last couple of seasons of the things we're trying to do as a football club, and players want to be here. All the players we've brought in so far, they look eager to get going straight away, and that's the most important thing, that people want to come and play for Kidderminster Harriers and be successful, and we see it straight away. Look, we always meet every player before signing them, and you can see it in their eyes sometimes, and that's the bare minimum we need. We need people who want to be successful for this football club.
Having Joe back for a full season as well, I mean, very much part of what we did last season, and that's what everyone's pleased with.
Yeah, we always talk about the different types of players we can sign, either being at one end of their career and wanting to stay in the right environment, or being a young player who's trying to get on in the game. And I think Joe was a great example last year. He played his part, he come in, give it everything, learned a hell of a lot and progressed. Had some ups, had some downs, came back stronger. Straight away from the end of the second, I thought we finished really strong, and we were really keen to bring Joe back. He's with us now for the next few weeks, building up to the season, which is great for him. It's a bonus rather than coming in at 2 days before the first game. And being a new bunch, we're delighted to have Joe back.
The hard work continues, of course, but worth noting that the friendly matches start in less than a week now. That's come around quick, but that's another important milestone, isn't it?
Huge, yeah. Look, getting back out on the pitch, getting your pitch positions back, being back out there in 11v11 scenario is huge. I think we've learned a hell of a lot as young coaches going into our first pre-season 3 seasons ago now. The results aren't everything. Conditioning is massive. Can we limit the amount of injuries we get, and also put the right messages across to the players, and then hopefully we'll have a good build-up, a couple of good home games with hopefully good crowds in there as well, and build that momentum really going into that first league game of the season and beyond.